Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ALCS. If you just were watching in the NLCS, the Eastern Enforcers just walked it off 3-1 shot by Jake Oliver, presumptive MVP of the 2022 regular season. Looking at the two teams in the ALCS, the Southern Stingers, the 5-seed, are up 2-1 against the 2-seed Central Cyclones. Evan Cluxton has one more game remaining of eligibility, and he's going to need to put the team on his back if they want to pull it off. Let's go.
And that's deep. That has a chance. Gone. Air ball to Jake. Play from Jake Oliver. Deep. Gone. Deep. Gone. Walk off. Thomas. Deep. Gone. Peter makes the grapefruit. Flips the fruit. One. Peter McNeil.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ALCS. Let's get into the lineups. Looking at the away team, 5th-seeded Southern Stingers. Whole lineup is here today. There was questions of Jordan Rice's eligibility if he'd be able to make it, but he is here, and between him and Peter McNeil, will try to close it out here today. Looking at the home team in the Central Cyclones, biggest problem for them all year has been who can make it, and unfortunately the Gabe and Dominic DeMiro cannot make it once again. Fall the hands of Evan Cluxton to put the team on his back and try and get him back to back-to-back World Series. Evan Clugston will lead it off. Evan, Jason, Jeremy, Jackson. Jeremy's still not here yet. Which realistically, Jeremy in your lineup really doesn't make a difference.
No, dude, he's a Grand Slam hitter. He's a Grand Slam hitter for some reason. Hey, Jackson pitching this game.
You're gonna have Jackson pitch this game?
He's gonna pitch the first inning.
Why? Why would you do that to yourself?
Wait, do I not get to pitch an inning?
You can, but you get a game or 3 innings.
Yeah, I know.
So if you break up your game and it like goes to extras, you'd only get 3 innings total, or you could just pitch, and if it happens to go to extras.
Because he pitched
I think
twice.
Yeah.
So he only gets 1 more.
Yeah.
Right?
So I'm just saying, like, you should pitch this game, because if you don't, and Jackson starts off with a 6th runner, you guys are just out regardless, right? Just strategically speaking here.
Oh, there he is. I see the helmet.
And here we go, starting the ALCS Game 4. First pitch swinging 54 miles per hour from Peter McNeil. This will be a shootout pitching-wise. Peter McNeil and Evan Clugston have been lights out.
They're missing that bat.
Not yet.
We just started.
Good look.
Nasty pitch at 57, 1-2 count.
Just started, Jeremy. Evan V. U. Jackson.
And that's in play to Peter McNeil, and he'll throw to Cole for the first out of the inning. And the Stingers got the throw around working. Jason Morehouse will now step in. Stingers 1 win away from advancing to the World Series. That's a slider that misses inside. Cyclones trying to push it to Game 5. Just behind the 55-mile-per-hour slider from Peter McNeil, 1-1. Fouled out of play, 1-2. Both of these teams have great pitching. Their only problem was the offense in the regular season. Nasty pitch right there, freezes Jason. And that's 2 quick outs, and Jeremy Langstead will now step in. Jeremy Langstead hitting .455 with 2 home runs in the postseason.
455, 2 bombs.
He's elite. He's elite when the postseason. I'll tell you.
It's all good.
12 plate appearances.
So 4, 5, 6,
5.
7 Ks?
I don't even know.
I don't know. We have 1 game. Just right now?
And that ball is playable, and Cole Blevins makes the catch. Gold Glover Cole Blevins at first base makes the catch, and we're headed to the bottom of the first after a quick 1-2-3 inning. Drew, Jordan, Peter, and that's all I have for right now, and then I'll tell you who the... Drew Tenzar will lead it off, facing Evan Clugston. Drew hitting .348 and leading the postseason with 3 home runs. Evan Clugston, potential MVP race. Swinging right there is the only active player to ever have a sub-2 ERA in the regular season. Swinging right there, 1-2. Granted, he did pitch half of the season, but still qualified for the ERA total. Slider misses outside, 2-2. And that's a hard hit ball off the tree. That's green. And that is a single for Jordan Rice, starting it off hot. Runner at first. And Jordan Rice now steps in. Wasn't sure if he'd be here today, but he is. And that ball is just out of play. Swinging at the inside pitch, and Jackson Carr didn't think he'd have a play at it. 0-1. Swinging at the pitch right there, 0-2. How many points does Stephon have, Josh? Does Stephon have 2 touchdowns?
3 now. 148 and 3 touchdowns.
I got Josh and Allen, so that's nice.
Yeah, you're good. You have 90 points there.
And that is a foul ball. Stays at 2-2. Jordan Rice fighting off every pitch. And that ball, he finally makes contact with it, and Jeremy Langstead will come over and make the catch from first base. And up steps Peter McNeil. Team captain Barrett Carlo on deck. Barrett's 4. Peter McNeil, team captain, trying to get back to the World Series. Holds there, 2-0. It's a battle of Cy Young candidates right here. So that hits him in the head. Maybe a little personal. Evan Clugston led the league in ERA. Peter McNeil led the league in WHIP. Swinging over the top at that one, 3-0, swinging regardless. That's the Stingers' mentality. And that'll be a 5-pitch walk to team captain Peter McNeil. Drew Tenzar will go to first as the potential go-ahead run. Barrett Carlo now steps in. Looks at a strike at 52 miles per hour right down the middle. And that is fouled straight up, unplayable. Good job from Evan Clugston to put the brakes on when he was out of reach. 0-2 count to Barrett. Barrett, one of the more underrated hitters in the league. Hit 400 in the regular season. Knuckle misses a bit there, 1-2. And that ball is popped up and playable to Jeremy Langstead, who makes the catch. And now Cole Blevins will step in after the great one-handed catch in the top of the first. And that's a hard hit ball right. Jeremy Langstead drops it, but he'll make up for it and get the out. And that is 3 outs, and we're headed to the top of the second, 0-0. Jackson Carr will lead it off. One stripe, Purple Man. Peter McNeil had a 1-2-3 inning in the first. Jackson Carr, the 4-hole hitter. They shift over. Just inside at 56 miles per hour, ball 1. And that's a hard hit ball. Oppo! And Jackson Carr's trying to stretch it. He's in there at 2. He's going all the way to third. That was a bit of a wild play right there, but Jackson Carr will advance all the way to third base. And up steps Evan Clugston with the go-ahead run 40 feet away. Just high. Knew this was going to be a low-scoring affair. Swinging at the perfect pitch right there from Peter McNeil inside of the zone. Goes right back to it. Now the count will be 3-1. And that'll be a walk for Evan Clugston, which technically sets up the double play, which the Stingers pulled last week. And upsets Jason Morehouse. See if they can hold the runner at third. Inside. Ball one. And that ball is deep. It is caught at the wall. That ball had the height and just barely didn't go out. Deep fly out, and Jackson Carr wasn't going to test it. That's true. That's just bad aim. Earlier in the year, that would have been a home run, but at the beginning of this season and late in the season, we haven't seen too many get out. Now it'll be a foul ball to start off the at-bat. Just outside, 1-1. Sails a bit high, 2-1 count. The offense for the Cyclones, Jeremy Langstead. And that's a hard hit ball to Drew Tenzar. Can't knock it down. And Jeremy Langstead knocks in the first run of the day. 1-0 is the score here. Jackson Carr will now step in. Had the triple to start off the game. It's an oppo hit. It's a ball low.
Contact.
1-1. It's the base of the zone. 2-1 count now. To Jackson Carr. Just out of play. We'll look at 2-2. Peter McNeil. Just high. Full count. Got him. Strike three on the nasty curveball right there. That'll be 2 outs. Evan Clugston, team captain, will now step in here.
Jackson, you got base.
Slider just misses low. 1-0. Evan Clugston. Nasty pitch right there from Peter McNeil. 1-1. Outside of the zone. Foul out of play. The high slider, 1-2. And that's a hard hit ball. And Drew gets him. What great play from Drew Tenzar to get Jackson Carr at second. And we're headed to the bottom of the second, 1-0. Drew Tenzar will step in, had a single off the tree in his first at-bat. Evan Cluxton, his typical self, very difficult to score runs against him. Slider misses outside, ball 1. Swinging right over the top of that devastating curveball, 1-1. Perfect pitch again, 1-2. Bit high, 2-1 count. And that ball is crushed but foul. We'll look at the 5th pitch of the at-bat. Does well to fight it off. Got him, strike 3. It's a big strikeout from Evan Clugston. Jordan Rice will now step in after a fly ball in his first at-bat. Starts him off with a 52-mile-per-hour slider right there. Just outside, 1-1. Fights it off. The count now goes to 1-2. And that's in play. Jackson Carr charging, and there's no play there. Hit softly in no man's land. A single for Jordan Rice.
That is so much lighter than
What?
that bat's so much lighter than this.
I know, I like a heavier bat.
I think it's more.
Peter McNeil will step in. Walked in his first at-bat. Tying run at first. Go-ahead run at the plate. And that first pitch swinging, very typical of Peter McNeil. One and one. Knuckle misses a bit high, 2-1 count now. Swinging a little late right there on the pitch that came back into the zone, 2-2 count. It's going to be a foul ball. Had a little bit of a half check swing right there. The ball found the bat. Got him, strike 3 on that nasty slider. 2 outs in the inning. And up steps Barrett Carlo, who had a deep fly out in his first at bat. 2 outs, 1 on for the Stingers. Foul ball straight back. Right behind that one, 0-2. Does well to let one go past him, 1-2. fights it off. So he reloads on balls here. 1 and 2, and we'll look at the 5th pitch of the at-bat. If you're just joining us, Forsters walked it off and will be in the World Series. Stingers need 1 game to advance. And that's in play. No man's land again. Can Jackson Carr? He'll be safe at second. But that's a good heads-up play from Jackson right there. After 2 bloop singles, Cole Blevins steps in. A hard hit shot in his first at-bat. Bit high from Evan Clugston. Cole Blevins looks at ball 2. Cole had no home runs in the regular season, 2 in the postseason. Fouls that off. 2 and 1. Nasty pitch right there. 2-2 count. Got him. Strike 3 at 59 miles per hour. And we're headed to the top of the 3rd inning. 1-0. And Cyclones leading. Jason Morehouse will lead it off.
Yeah, we got 17 million on the contract. We're gonna give it to you. All right. You want me to leave? Which door you want me out of? 17 mil.
Jason Morehouse barely missed a home run in his last at-bat. He's got 2 hot zones right above the AWA Wiffle and down the left field line. Other than that, he's a push-hitting lefty. Here we go. Inside, ball 1. Made up in his mind, he was swinging right there, 1 and 1. Does go.
Oh, no way.
It'll be 1 and 2. What do you mean, no way? That was very clear and obvious.
I'm sorry, his bat was back here.
Yeah, that's what happens when you go across when he does that.
His body wasn't.
That was the most obvious we've seen. 1 and 2.
Look forward to the TikTok. Was this a swing?
Low. 2-2. Froze him there, strike 3. And Jeremy Langstead will now step in. Single and a fly out to his name here in game 4. Cyclones fighting to avoid elimination. That ball is out of play. 0-1. Swinging over the top. Underneath, whatever you want to call it. 0-2. Well, let's see a hit. Knuckle right there, 1 and 2. Knuckle.
Knuckle curve? Knuckle curve? I thought that's what that was.
Just misses 2 and 2.
Give me again. Give me again.
And that's off the hands. Peter McNeil with the catch, and he just gets out of the reach of Cole. And he almost thinks about turning, but wisely decides not to go. That almost was a great play, but unfortunately, throw a little out of the reach for Cole Blevins. Upsets Jackson Carr, who's 1 for 2 on the day. 1 out in the inning. Swinging first pitch right there. 0-1. Inside. 1-1. For Jackson Carr. Nasty pitch right there. A little bit of a sword action right there. There'll be 2 outs in the inning. Top of the 3rd, and up steps Evan Clugston, who's pitched outstanding so far. Great first pitch at 59 miles per hour, 0-1. Inside, 1-1. Nasty pitch right there. 1-2. Got him, strike 3. And we are headed to the bottom of the 3rd. Stingers need 1 to tie, 2 to walk it off. The Enforcers were in this exact same position. They weren't facing Evan Clugston. Evan Clugston, 2.99 ERA, 2.14 ERA in the postseason here. And Drew Tenzar will step in, had a single and a strikeout so far in this game. Ball 1. 2-0. Drew Tenzar, one of the better hitters on the Stingers. 3-0. Evan Clugston pitching very carefully to Drew.
Get that one guy at Jackson who's terrible.
Swinging right there, 3-1.
That hit, right?
Watches that one sail high, and Drew Tenzar is aboard with a leadoff walk. Tying run at first. Go-ahead run to the plate in the form of Jordan Rice.
41-7 Bills. Singletary get a touchdown. Oh yeah, did Singletary get a touchdown? Damn it. He didn't?
Swinging right over the top of that nasty screwball. Goes right back to it, but hits Jordan. 1-1. And that ball is playable. Jeremy Langstead will make the catch. Jordan Rice barely missed that. Will be 1 out in the inning. Peter McNeil steps in. Walk and a strikeout to his name. Hitting .375 in the postseason with 2 home runs. Swinging at that nasty sweeping ball right there. 53 on the radar gun, 0-1. Nasty pitch to follow up, another nasty one. 0-2 count. Wasted pitch right there. Go to the 1-2. Does not go. Checks his swing 2-2. Fouls it off on a pitch that could have come back and hit the zone. Too close to tell. Look at the 6th pitch of the at-bat. Lays off of it, now full. Fights it off, and that'll be a ground out to the pitcher, but it advances the runner. And now there is 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Tying run at second. Barrett Carlo trying to be the hero here. Stingers would advance to the World Series with the win here. If the Cyclones can close it out, we're headed to Game 5, the ALCS. And that's it. Oh, that's off his foot. 0-1. Swinging over the underneath that one, 0-2. And that's in play to Evan Cluxton. He'll throw over to first for the out, and we're headed to Game 5. Both games have gone to Game 5.
Yeah, you guys are.
Who's throwing Jackson?
All right, the ace is in. You got this now.
Yeah, you guys, Cyclones are home. Evan, you going to short then?
Yeah.
Good.
This is just such a bad idea. You gotta catch him at 2, right?
Peter, line up. You can do same if you want. All right, let's do this. Cyclones in the field. There you go. Lights come on. Game 5 of the ALCS.
This is where winners are made. You're going down.
Winner will face the Eastern Enforcers, who wait on the sideline, seeing who they will face starting tomorrow for the World Series.
Is it tomorrow?
Yeah, this will be the last live stream game of the year. You'll have to wait to see the World Series. And the ball is given to Jackson Carr to start in his biggest game he's ever played in. To say he's an underdog here would be an understatement. Evan Cluxton is out of eligibility, and here we go. First pitch of Game 5. Winner to the World Series, loser goes home. And that's a hard hit ball to Jason Morehouse, and he can't come up with it. And that'll be a single for Drew Tenzar to start it off. Hard hit ball, and Jordan Rice now steps in.
They were winning to the last inning.
Hey, we should have been in the ALCS.
And that ball is popped up and caught for the out. One out in the inning. For Jackson Carr and the Central Cyclones, and up steps Peter McNeil. Watches the ball go low. 56 miles per hour. I'm thinking tomorrow. We're going to just close it out this week. Does not go. Do know. 3-0. Was that 4? 4 pitch walk. Peter McNeil, runners on first and second. And now Barrett Carlo will step in. Here, 7:10 Pacific. Pitch goes high, ball 1. And that's a hard hit ball, and it hits the runner. And that is unfortunate, but it will be an out for the Cyclones.
Yeah, that was negative. That was negative. There was something happening with the belt right into the ball.
And now Cole Blevins will step in. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Cole thinks about it, but lets it go. Ball 1. Two now. And that ball is hit, and Jeremy Langstead tries to go for it, but it'll be just out of play. 2-1. Cole Blevins. Misses high. Count is now 3-1. That'll be a walk to Cole Blevins. And now Drew Tenzar steps into a bases loaded jam. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Jackson Carr. Game 5 of the ALCS. Is that a Burt pitch?
Let it out while he's throwing so hard.
And that is a foul ball.
You run that one out. That one scared me.
No one was going to run on that one. 1-1. And that's a hard hit ball. And everyone gets by everyone. 1 comes in. 2 come in. And they're going to get him in the rundown. But 2 runs come across for Drew Tenzar.
Drew, you're throwing it for your team. Drew, you got money on your team to lose?
Evan Clugston will now step. What? Evan Clugston will now step in. Bottom of the first. Swinging the first pitch. 0-1. And that is a shot off the bat. And he got him. He got him by a step. Well, look at the replay, but that was an absurd play. Didn't think he had a chance.
He's safe.
All right.
Your brother's like the worst umpire I've ever seen in my life. And yet calls it with such confidence.
I really don't. I really thought it was by a step. You could hear the bang bang.
It was like the closest play man. Yeah, that was
All right.
bang.
Yeah, if the and that'll be a strike to start off Jason. 1-1. Swinging over the top, 1-2. Out of play. And we'll look at 1-2 to Jason Morehouse. Swinging over the top of that one, and that will be 1 out in the inning. Jeremy Langstead now steps in. Looking to help his team out here. Tying run at the plate. Swinging first pitch. 0-1. One count on a ball that bounced in front of the plate. Freezes him at the 57-mile-per-hour slider, 1-2. If you're just joining us, this is ALCS Game 5. Winner to the World Series, and will face the Eastern Enforcers.
Peter.
Nasty pitch right there, and that'll be 2 outs in the inning. Jackson Carr now steps in, trying to help himself out. The Game 5 starter only gave up 2 runs in the top of the first. Swinging at the outside slider, 0-1. Goes right back to that pitch. Jackson doesn't bite, 1-1. Not a great spot to miss. 2-1. Thinks about it, but doesn't go. 3-1 count to the man with a stripe on his head. And that'll be a walk for Jackson Carr. Back up is Evan Clugston, singling in his first at-bat. Go-ahead run comes to the plate. Cyclones are trying to go back-to-back World Series. They won it all last year. Their problem this year has been participation. Swinging first pitch right there at 58, 0-1. Just misses. Peter McNeil and the Stingers made it to the World Series in the inaugural year in 2020. And that is fouled out of play, 1-2. Nasty pitch right there, strike 3. And we're headed to the top of the second inning. Jordan Rice will lead it off here in the top of the second. The trip to the World Series on the line.
Come on.
So bad.
Singletary do anything for you yet, bro?
Probably not.
What about Jefferson?
5 for 43. But Bill's kickers kicked the 60.
No, stop playing, bro.
And here we go. Top of the second. Swinging there regardless.
I did.
0-1.
Thought it was gonna break.
Swinging there 0-2. Jordan Rice in swing mode, trying to make something happen. And that's in play underneath the hand of Jackson, and Evan Clugston saves the day. First out. Evan Clugston normally on the mound playing some excellent defense at shortstop. Peter McNeil will now step in. Knuckle misses high. 1-0.
see. It's a cross country flight today, so I don't know.
2-0.
She's already saying she's just stressed.
Peter McNeil walked in his first plate appearance
So.
here in Game
See,
5.
She might find a little energy.
Bit high. 3-0 now. We'll see if he's got the green light. Stingers sitting on a 2-0 lead. If you're joining us on TikTok, hit the link in the bio. From multiple angles. And that'll be a 4-pitch walk for Peter McNeil, and the Stingers get their first base runner of the day, or of the inning. And Barrett Carlo will now step in. Ground it out as his ball hit Drew Tenzar at second base. Slow pitch right there, misses, 1-0. Do know.
So we'll see.
Evan, we're gonna frame Grant as like the Honus Wagner of AWA Wiffle Ball. He played in a different time. Watch this one bounce there, 3-0.
I'd say 8:30 is the latest people will probably come up. All right, I'm gonna try. Like, we stayed up till 12:30 all year.
Slow pitch, and that'll be another walk. Runners on first and second, and Cole Blevins will step in, looking to help the Stingers out right here. 2 runs is not enough in wiffle ball, that's for sure. Swinging first pitch right there, would have been a strike regardless. 0-1. And that is just fouled back. 0-2. Peter McNeil doing some pitch tipping at second base. Cole lets that one go. We'll look at the 4th pitch of the at-bat, 1-2. And that's a hard hit ball in the gap. Peter McNeil's looking home. He's going. And he is safe. Cole Blevins, the hero for the Stingers here in the postseason. Didn't have the best regular season, but is coming alive in the post. Drew Tenzar steps in. Just low. 3-0 score here in the top of the second. Runners on the corners, 1 out. And that is a foul ball. Drew Tenzar a little excited there in front of the ball, 1-1. So we'll wait for his first baseman to get back in position. Slider misses outside, 2-1. Low, and it'll be 3-1 now. We'll see if Drew's got the green light. He's 2 for 2 already in today's game. That ball is just out of play, does not hit the tree. Evan Clugston makes the play, and that's a big out, number 2. Jordan Rice steps in with the axe bat. Runners on the corners, big spot. Pair, ground out and a pop-up to his name. And that is a hard hit ball down the line. Foul ball. Jordan Rice has been in swing mode all day. And another big spot. Stingers number 2 guy. Does not go. 1-1. Jordan Rice finished 3rd in Rookie of the Year voting last year. Just out of play, 1-2. Swinging right over the top of that, strike 3. And Jackson Carr is keeping the Cyclones in this one. They just need to get some runs on the board. 3-0 here in the bottom of the second. Jason Morehouse will lead it off.
Nothing but money.
Jason Morehouse barely missed a home run.
It's a common theme here.
Sounds like a lot of people are definitely.
All right, let's do this.
Jason Morehouse, second round pick in this year's draft. Great ad for the Cyclones. We really needed him to step in this year for the absences of the DeMiro brothers. He's really made a name for himself. Had a walk-off home run in the regular season. So he looks at a ball inside. Swinging right over that one, 1-1. That ball is just out of play. Drew Tenzar was tracking. Couldn't make the play, and it'll be 1-2 now. Nasty pitch right there from Peter McNeil. And that'll be 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Jeremy Langstead lets down his locks, and he'll step in.
All right, J-Bomb.
I haven't K'd yet. Is it 3-0? That'd be 3-1.
Jeremy Langstead calling his shot right here. Let his hair down. Took out the ponytail. We'll see if Fabio can make a play right here.
Pretty dark back there, Jack.
It's a ball 1.
Better lighting engineer.
Hey, you know, we do our best. Foul ball.
Hey, leave that
1-1.
Nah, I like that one.
And that ball is hit over the head. He's got to run, and he's safe. He will get 2, just 1 base. Jeremy Langstead kind of started to jog and then realized he had to pick up the speed there, but he will advance to second on the overthrow. And up steps starting pitcher here, Jackson Carr, who's pitched very well. All things considered, a 3-0 deficit. Just high, ball 1. Swinging right there, 1-1 count. And that's a hard hit ball. We'll see if he can run it out. And he'll be safe. Initial call on the field. But we're going to look at the replay. It was close to say the least.
He got there 3 steps ahead of you. No doubt in my mind.
Call on the field is safe.
Dude, I cannot see shit.
That was tough.
I think this guy. I'm not trying to act like I didn't.
No, call him out. If it's clear and conclusive, be a ground out. For Jackson Carr, but the runner will advance to third. And up steps Evan Clugston, 1 for 2 on the day. Slider misses high.
I can't see that.
2 balls missing high right there. Three 0. Hits him there, and that'll be a walk for Evan Clugston, and up steps Jason Morehouse. And a big spot here. Tying run comes to the plate. Runners on the corners. And that is fouled straight back. 0-1. Inside. 1-1. Fouled straight back on that slider. Just misses. 2-2. And that's a hard hit ball to Peter McNeil. Gets him. What a play from Peter McNeil. The ball barely passed home plate. And we will head to the top of the third. Peter McNeil will lead it off in the top of the third inning. Peter's got 2 walks to his name in this game. They're trying to keep the deficit at 3. Jackson Carr is.
Close your eyes and swing, bro.
Basically the same.
Yeah. It's 3-0. Okay, yeah, whatever you want it to be. A little bit of a slip from Jackson Carr. Peter McNeil will look at ball 1. Lighting starting to favor the pitchers in this one. Nice pitch right there. Jackson Carr, top of the zone. 1-1. Two-one. No, we've removed it. I mean, no one's ever done it and probably will ever do it, but. Three 3-1 count to Peter McNeil. And that will be his 3rd walk here in Game 5. Cyclones chipping at him a little bit. And now Barrett Carlo will step in. Ground out and walk to his name. And that's a hard hit ball to Evan Cluxton, who knocks it down, gets the out at second. Oh, and he drops it. But Peter doesn't realize that. And regardless, it'll be an out. Cole Blevins swinging at the first pitch. 0-1. Quick 0-2. Cole Blevins, who has a single here in Game 5. One and two. Low again, 2-2 count to Cole Blevins. Reload on balls right here. Stingers have a 3-0 lead here in Game 5 of the ALCS. Winner of this game will face the Eastern Enforcers in the 2022 World Series. Low, and the count is now full.
Well done, sir.
And Cole Blevins takes that pitch right there and will walk. Drew Tenzar now steps in with the 2 singles to his name. And that is a foul ball. Hits the zone a bit right there.
That's catcher interference.
0-1. Doesn't go. 1-1 count.
It is really hard to see it.
No, it's really starting to get dark. If we win this game, I'm starting the World Series in the hot tub.
Spiked it there. 2-1 count.
Playing some
Can you
spike
throw
ball.
that ball over? Swinging right there. 2-2 now. And that ball is playable. Hits the tree. It'll be a foul ball.
Take the tree ball.
Just out of reach for the shortstop, Evan Cluxton.
Got extremely lucky there.
Will remain 2-2.
It's meant to be for this pitch right here.
Count will now be full. Got him. Strike 3. Big strikeout there from Jackson Carr. And now Jordan Rice will step in. Spikes it for ball 1. Having some difficulty gripping these balls late in the game. And that ball is caught by Evan Cluxton. What a catch! Don't know if any camera angle's going to get that, but an impressive catch. Outside from the shortstop, and Jeremy Langston will now step in. Let's come to this. Bottom of the 3rd. Stingers have a 3-0 lead. Central Cyclones need 3 runs to tie 4 to send them to the 2022 World Series.
Hey, it's not river. What about tomorrow?
Jeremy Langston had a single. He puts his hair back in the bun. I don't know if that's a good idea, judging how good he was without it.
Yeah, I guess it's the final one of the year. Try 6.
Lets it down.
So dark back here.
Just misses.
It's the first time I took on your first pitch. Did you notice that? No?
Swinging right there, 1-1.
I will be honest, it's dark as fuck.
No pitch on the gun, 62.
Good looks.
Right behind that one, 1 and 2. No, it was a no pitch on the last one. Swings right there, strike 3.
I can't even see it.
And now Jackson Carr will step in, who's pitched excellently so far in this game. Trying to start a little bit of a rally here for the Central Cyclones. They do have the experience late in the postseason.
This is blind. It's really like that mini bush. I'm sure they put it in the winter when the shit was in there. So it's shooting through now. It's like that's just taking all the weight line. Yeah, it's like dark.
Doesn't go inside there.
Hey, leave
Swinging
that, leave
right
that.
there. Underneath it, 1-1. Low.
Good lead.
3-1 count to Jackson Carr. And that'll be a walk. Jackson Carr. And now Evan Clugston steps in. 1 for 2 here in Game 5. The single, a strikeout, and a walk. Well, all Brock did in the darkness was go 3 for 4 with 2 tanks. Yeah. That's a nasty first pitch at 55 miles per hour, 0-1. Another nasty pitch right there, 0-2. And that's a hard hit ball out of the reach of Peter McNeil. And the Cyclones got something working here. Jason Morehouse now steps in. The tying run comes to the plate. And that is in play. It'll be a foul ball. Jason was not going to run for a second. Swinging right there, 0-2. One and 2 count now. Swinging right there, and that'll be 2 outs in the inning. And now the Cyclones' hope comes down to Jeremy Langstead. 3-0 the score.
Zip, Pete.
Jeremy Langstead led
Send yourself to the series.
the Cyclones with 12 home runs in the regular season. And Peter McNeil been trying to get back to the World Series since 2020.
This is why I was born. Jackson said.
Swinging right there at the first pitch at 56 miles per hour, 0-1. And that's in play to Peter McNeil. He makes the catch, throws to first, and the Southern Stingers are headed to their second ever World Series and will face the Eastern Enforcers. Southern Stingers have been on a Cinderella run, the 5th seed, and they're headed to the World Series with 2 draft picks next year. This will be the last live stream of the season. The World Series will be edited and posted on our YouTube channel. Thank you all for joining, and that is it here from Edmonds, Washington. 2022 World Series, Eastern Enforcers, Southern Stingers.